Hello and welcome to the Sage of Tarn alpha version 0.367, January 2019. So today we're going to go through basically everything that followed version 0.366 and the Christmas update, which is basically to check up on the bugs that were found in those two versions, as well as the kinematics that I have now sort of implemented. To begin with, however, we're going to start off with, as you can see, following the mouse is my test object that is testing the new drag function. This function takes into account FPS ranges, which the old one did not. So some adjustments for that is basically that we now have this drag function being usable for stuff like the camera, the legs, whatever I would like to use from here on out. So that has been nicely adjusted. In addition to that, as you can see on his feet, we have now implemented, if I make him a little bit bigger, small textures for the feet joints only to begin with. This is a texture that's put in, which shows the feet, which I just randomly threw in. The main thing for this update is the kinematics, or at least the preliminary kinematics have been implemented for the legs. This, however, annoyingly is very restrictive at the current moment and only works for two limbs, or a section here and a section here, which have the same size. So it still needs a lot of work to make it usable, to make different type of creatures later on. However, it looks something like this. Now currently the hips don't move, so you see this joint and this one don't move, but they are supposed to. So the back leg, or whichever leg is not in the direction that we're going in, is stretching a lot. But this is the initial. This of course works with the speed from previous and with size as usual, because why not? In addition to this, I have also implemented the drag function to, when we grow bigger, it will drag slightly to make it look more smooth. So it helps the choppiness of it. You see? That one. There. Like whenever it stretches the leg, basically. And let me show it off in a little bit of a different situation. I would like to ensure that the legs also use the, or rather that the feet uses the normals. So there's no rotation other than the standing rotation. So as you can see in a position like this, I would like the God damn it. I would like the foot on both sides to basically grab the earth, like in the normal, to the point where they are on. But that should be fairly easy to implement. So yeah, let me just show it off a little bit so you can see him run around. Now, a funny side effect of this is that the kinematics work. There it was. If you notice, the red leg spun around. Let me see if I can do it slowly. Whoop! It's a natural thing that happens, but it looks hilarious. At least to me. Let's see, what else? That is the main things that I have for this update. The final one is that I alluded to this problem in the previous update before the Christmas update, which is basically that you jump, and when you jump into a corner, you always land straight across from it. Now, I investigated this problem in terms of collision a lot, and tested like 5 or 6 different methods for how to handle it when you jump into any corner, basically. And what I found is that while it's now adjusted ever so slightly, the fact that it does this is actually more stable than all the other versions combined. The main problem was that if I wanted to land in this position, being able to land in this position also allows me to be able to land in this position, which is a bit of a problem when you have very, very spiky corners like, let's see, I think one of these up here is very spiky, like this one, for example. If I jumped from here to this position and I landed in, like, let's say, let's see if I can do it. in like this position. Instead of placing me here, it would place me mirrored to the side over here, which essentially gives you the feel that you jump through the spike rather than land here. So I chose now to keep the stability of this because it also gives you a good spot to dash from whenever you're on it, and you're very secure that you know always 100% that you are on the like right across to the point, which is kind of better. Like it feels more stable even though it looks wonky, which is very weird, but yeah. In addition to that, of course, it can still be the fact that it is a bit wonky can still be fixed with landing animations. So I'm considering to do that instead. And that's about it, I think. I still have all the previous pending stuff, although I've added the rest of the states. I had a small test during December with my cousin who has played the game before, but he noticed an interesting thing, that what he liked to do was that I gave him various challenges, and one thing he wanted was to get up here and land on this spot, which is basically he found that there was a magical, or at least he conceived himself that there was a magical spot around this region that he needed to hit. And seeing him constantly try to rearrange like this actually gave me the, we talked slightly about it, that you should probably actually slide the similar way that you do up here. Why did the music stop? Okay. Let's just do this. So that you should slide the same way you slide here, you should do when you grab. Mainly to give you the option to actually control from where you dash. So like while I'm sliding here, even when I'm grabbing, I'm still gonna slide, because then I can point and choose the direction and actually have give myself a little bit of a timer to when I need to jump. Instead of spending a lot of time trying to get the perfect position, I can simply let the game slide it down for me and then jump, which would kind of be better, I think. Or at least that's the feedback I got from him, which I feel like is worth considering, especially considering I still need to rework some of the states in order to work correctly, like knockback and all the previous ones that I had before. And yeah, the final thing, I have now, given all my job hunting, actually managed to acquire a job. Yay me! So at least from now, from next week, and all the way to the end of March, I will not be updating the game because I won't have time to work on it. Or at least that's how I perceive it right now. If I find some extra time to work on it, that will be cool, but please don't expect updates for February and March because I most likely won't have the time. And yeah, that's basically where we're at the current moment. With that being said, however, I do not intend to stop working on it altogether. I will pick it up again, but it's on pause kind of for now. So stay tuned still if you want, but be prepared for a bit of a waiting time. And now I can keep rambling on, but I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching yet again, and I hope you had a nice new year. Good day.